Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I unexpectedly pressed go live before I wanted to because I was cleaning my screen, which was a tad dirty. Right, that's better. I've flipped myself around. I feel like everything is now right in the world. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021 here in Australia. And we're actually in the afternoon on the first day of 2021. I hope you have all had a good 24 hours since I last saw you. So I am back with a continuation of yesterday's video. Hello, Alicia, Jolazard, Glenda, Lorraine, Donna. Who else have I got? Alana and Catherine. Everyone's popping on. This is great. So yesterday I went through some pros and cons, not pros and cons because there are no cons, with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. This is the mini because this is just easier for me to pick up and show you. So I went through all the sandwiches with them, so how the plates work, because the plates are different between the mini. This is available on January 5th to everyone. Yay, you did catch me again, Ruth. You're doing very well at the moment. I'm impressed. Hey, Laurie, and going through the plates with the larger machine as well. So the larger Stampin' Cut and Emboss. I know some of you still have a few hours to go, so I'm more than happy to sorry, I'm having trouble. Whoop. I got a message at the same time. I don't know where I was going. Good. Oh, my girlfriend just told me how old my son will be this year. I don't want to read it. But anyway, hello, Miss Susan. So yes, I'll take you through an hour or so until you guys reach closer to midnight. But yes, we are in the afternoon on the first here. I had a major sleep in because I went to bed very late last night. Ended up watching a comedy show or a comedy series with the family, and sort of paused for the Sydney fireworks, and then we finished watching the last episode and a half of the show, and then finally went to bed. And then I couldn't go to sleep. So I had major sleeping, but I'm here to play with you. We may be using this again today, or the big machine. I'm not sure. But in showing you how all the sandwiches worked yesterday, we did do some cutting out and stamping and embossing of things. So I think we may get 2 cards out of some of the things we did, and we may even do some extra stamping and everything like that, but we will see how we go. So my basket is now empty, so I can pop that to the side, and I think we just need to get in here and get making, because that's the aim of the game when you come visiting me here, is creating some beautiful projects. Hello, Miss Barbara. So welcome to everyone who's popped in live so far, and everyone who's watching me on the replay. Please make sure that you are subscribed so you can catch me live if you can, or you at least get the notification that I've gone live so you can see the replay. And just be sure to subscribe if you're watching me on YouTube. Hello, Miss Trina. Happy New Year. So I will flick you guys around, turn off my overhead light, and we'll get assembling these cards and see what else we might want to add to them. So as I said, we've used Art Gallery yesterday and the You Are Amazing stamp set, as well as a couple of dies. And I had previously picked out some colours, and I took that inspiration from the Snail Mail set. I think it's the Snail Mail. They're the colours there. what's it called? Just grabbing my list of colours out here. It's the Snail Mail DSP. So that's where I've taken the colours from. I don't have the DSP yet. Whoops, sorry. Don't have the DSP yet. But I did happen to order it yesterday. Oh, thank you, Susan. That's lovely. Oh. Okay, light is off. Let me grab up the replay screen or the live stream on my computer here so I can see all your comments, because you know this is an interactive experience. Okay, so colours of ink can just get popped up there. So the dies that we used yesterday were the beautiful brush strokes. We used this gorgeous background that created that, and we've kept the insides as well that I'll probably use on the second card. We use the Floral Garden, which coordinates with the art gallery, and my ever favourite stitch rectangles, which I used to pop the You Are Amazing sentiment in from, that's not a good place, the You Are Amazing stamp set that goes with the kit that comes in the January to June 2021 catalogue, which goes live on the 5th of January. Okay, I also used, and this piece I won't use on the first card, but I may use on the second. These are retiring and they are on special. They are $7 in the Australian store, and they're the wrapped in texture embossing folders. These go through the mini machine, and I just got kicked off, so please tell me if you got kicked off, because that is very frustrating. So you get these two designs, so a woven design and the 4 dots in a diamond. I don't know if this one has a name to the design, but it's nice, classic. Even though it was in the holiday themed catalogue, these are very versatile little embossing folders. Hello, Miss Deborah Mitchum. Now, is everyone else getting kicked off, or is that just me? Maybe I try and change my Wi-Fi of what I'm watching my replay on and see if that works. Okay, so I use those. They can get popped to the side. So I have made my flower here. I have made my sentiment. I have this. So I have all my colours accounted for here. So I've got Daffodil Delight, I've got my basic grey, I've got my real red, I've got my Bermuda Bay, Blushing Bride and Whisper White. Oh, you ordered those today. Fantastic. As I said, they are definitely worth it. Now, I'm thinking of trimming this piece down, and just because I can, because we like things that are mini on our desks because they take up a lot less room. Okay, so we have a nice scrap of red there. That looks better. Don't know, the piece at the bottom was a bit too much for my liking. Okay, so I've got that. Now, over here, I do have a piece of basic grey. I don't know if this is going to work as a card base. So this is unscored, and I'm actually unsure if it's a true card base size, but we will find out in just a second. So you don't always need to score your card bases, especially if you are having it as a side fold in this orientation, because it goes with the grain. If you're cutting your card long ways, you are then folding it against the grain, which is when I recommend you score it. Otherwise you will get the furries along the score line and it won't give you as crisp looking score line. So let me grab a card I have made earlier, and that is a card front, or a standard card front, but I won't show you that card. Now I'm seeing, is this standard? Oh, that is a card front. Well, yeah, kind of a card front. I don't know that I like this colour, but we're just going to go with it for a second and see how we go. So that kind of connects that at the bottom quite well. I'm just looking at layout. I'm thinking the grey is way too dark, but if we, okay, I like that basic layout. I am going to try a thick Whisper White card base because I think that will work a little better. And I don't know, or I'll have this here because, you know, it's never bad having some card bases ready to rock and roll. I'm even thinking, would a Blushing Bride card base, whoops, I don't know if it is the correct size, nor if it is not. It's a bit wider, so let's do a touch of trimming here and I will have a look at what this Blushing Bride looks like. Thanks, Susan. As I said, I'm just not a fan of the grey under there. I could use some vellum, but let's see what, before I actually see, I'm liking the Blushing Bride. And then the white pieces are really going to pop on the Blushing Bride. I like the Blushing Bride, but I really want to, I love basic grey, but just not possibly for this combo, because this is a fun, cute card. I saw the black and the grey as quite a, sorry, the grey and the real red as quite a serious kind of card. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So scoring a card doesn't take long, and you can, I know a lot of you have a stash pre-done. I am not that person. Okay. And if you wanted to soften anything, you can definitely use some vellum, but today I am not. Yes, much better than the grey. Hello, Mr. Linda. Long time no see. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the edges and a few pieces in the middle and tack this down. So I haven't used a lot of glue, so I probably won't have a lot of slip, but let's see. I think I want the thicker piece at the top. So just roughly centering it. Note the word roughly. I'm pretty happy with that. Yes, I agree, Ruth. I definitely agree. But I think I will use this one on the next card, but I may add some vellum to soften the grey. So we will see. I think this other card will need a bit more playing, and I definitely think I will be doing more die cutting. So the You Are Amazing, because I think this is a little thin, but when I put the You Are Amazing on top of it on dimensionals, that will then mask how thin that is. It just doesn't, because the width of these in comparison, it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't complement each other. I know there's a better word I can use, but when I've, yeah, it's just not working. Okay, dimensionals. I'm so sorry, girls. I need to have a drink. My mouth is feeling a little dry. Ah, that feels much better. Okay, my utility scissors are right here. Okay, pop a couple of these on. I recommend 3 because we don't do saggy middles here. My own saggy middle after all my weight loss is quite enough. Thank you very much. Yes, and the You Are Amazing can be used for a lot of sentiments. So what you put on the inside, You Are Amazing, have a great birthday, You Are Amazing, thank you for all that you've done, You Are Amazing, have an amazing day, just because. And I love that. I love the mixed font on this. And if you're watching in my last video, we discovered that my basic grey ink pad was actually dry. So I did show you how I quickly, I have lost 70 kilos. So I'll let someone look up how many pounds that is for you. But it's a significant amount of weight. It's a normal sized person that I've lost. And that was pretty much in a 2-year period. So I'm coming up to 3 years post-op in the middle of this year. So I did most of my losing in 2 years, and I've kind of stayed the same. I've gone up a little bit, but nothing too drastic. 154, yeah. So that's a lot of pounds. But yeah, I've gone up a little bit over the past year, but nothing that I'm kicking myself too badly about. I just need to not let it creep up anymore. Okay, probably went a bit overboard on that. And I just want to grab a mini dimensional to support the top of that leaf. I have a row left. It's such an accomplishment when you finish a sheet of mini dimensionals, because there are like 300 on here. I actually... Hello, Miss Shannon. I know, thank you. I actually had gastric sleeve surgery, Susan. With my disability, it makes exercise very hard. And over my lifetime, I have tried many things to lose weight, and my specialist encouraged me to explore looking at surgery, and I do thank him for it. He has known me pretty much half my life, so he has seen my struggles. I'm just trying to work out if I want to tuck this under here, or whether I think I'd like to just slightly tuck this under there. But I'm also wondering if I want to grab out my crinkle seam binding and do a little tying. I love that flower too. But right now, I basically, not that it's a diet, it's just the way I eat now. I basically follow high protein, low carb. I think I might just want a bow. I don't know. I just feel it's a bit papery at the moment, girls. So yeah, I'm high protein, low carb. Because you have to keep, because my stomach is so small, I need to have enough protein to function in my diet. Bit different to normal people as such, because we absorb things very differently and yeah, just have different needs. So last night we had pizza and I just ate the topping off the pizzas. And I munched on some crusts. This yellow is Stamped Off Daffodil Delight. So that's stamped off because I'll show you, this is the full strength, which I probably will use on my next card. That's the full strength. That's stamped off. I just thought that was a little bold, but it does definitely work much better with this colour scheme. Okay. I am happy with that size bow. That's okay. Oh, it's no secret, Susan. Yeah. It's just part of who I am now. These are not my ribbon cutting scissors, people, but I did not a bad job. Okay, ribbon in there, pop that to the side, and I'm thinking, God, I don't know if you can hear my husband giggling. I'm thinking maybe there. I don't know, it needs something. Or do I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to stick the flower down and then we'll work out where this bow is going. I just really feel like it needs something other than paper. Whether I grab out some embellishments, that may be the answer. I'm not totally sure, but it's just feeling very papery at the moment. And I think I've used quite a lot of pattern paper at the moment. Although I haven't. My last lot of cards that I can't share with you at the moment, because they are for a challenge that's going live in a couple of days, and I've been slack and not watermarked those photos, but that's okay. It's on the to-do list, which I think I get to the end of the to-do list and then 10 other things go on it. Okay, so popping this just tucked over the edge, just like that. And I like that the leaf is just behind there. So, this pesky thing. We do actually need something. I think I have the solution, and I don't think it's the ribbon, unless you all convince me that we absolutely need the ribbon. So, I have the opal rounds, and they're clear and glittery, but the other thing I was thinking of, can't find them. I know they're in here. I know I own a lot of them. Are the elegant faceted gems, and I was thinking of using the white ones, and I'll show you. They are a bit I don't know, they are a bit opaled-ish. Do you know what? I can't even get these out of the packet. Just bear with just a second. So these are Petal Pink Clear and white, but I was thinking some of the white ones. I don't know that I want to add glitter with the opal rounds. It's got almost shimmer paint in the white ones. So, hey Miss Cindy. Seen you various places in the last 24 hours. We must like each other or something. Okay, so using my take your pick tool with the putty end to just have a collection of these. Whoop, that one didn't stick down as anticipated. Oops, itchy back. Not trying to go uber overboard here, but you know I probably will end up going overboard. So I like this shape here. Okay, no, too far away, not connected enough. Okay, and this one can just peek in there, and I think I want to change over this one that I have hopefully only tacked down, apparently not. Pop that back on the sheet, and I'm going to substitute it for a large one. And then I think this is this card done, unless someone has some fantastic suggestions. I think that is this card done. I could have, looking at it now, I wouldn't have minded adding some not blending in the background on the card just to make that flower pop more, but alas, we did not. Oh, you bought a silicone pad today. I'm so glad, Susan. You know I use those all the time. So hopefully you like that. We could, talking of shimmer, we could add some wink to this flower. So just on these blushing bride areas, we can just add some wink, and then that will make this flower have a bit more focus. And you'll get that as you move it, you'll go, ooh, that's shining at me. So that is always quick and easy to do. Yes, I like the pink base too, Donna. Hopefully you're getting that wink in the camera. So that's card one done with everything that we popped together. Let's do a slight little cleanup here, because card number two we're going to be doing a lot more creating for, because I don't necessarily have enough pieces. Okay, so I have this piece, I have this piece which I already knew was too big, so I'll grab my mini trimmer and do some chip chopping. It does help if you hold the cardstock down. And I'm going to be smart here, because this base doesn't go quite wide enough. The art gallery set. Now, Cindy, and I do have a bit of a confession here, I really do. I don't like what I have seen people do with the gold gilding for this layer. I like, and that now should be the perfect height. Look at those together, the basic grey and the, we may end up with 3 cards. The basic grey and the Bermuda Bay. Oh my God, so classy. So classy. This is the startings of a masculine card. So I think we might go with it and grab the happy birthday with the marquee happy from here. What do we think? Oh, I'm liking this. And I may do that like in red. I may loosely use these colours for this masculine card. And like put the happy birthday there with using the stitch rectangles in Whisper White. And I can always add a pop of red by matting this Bermuda Bay piece on red and omit the Daffodil Delight and the Blushing Bride. So if I put those to the top, you can see how well these 3 colours go together. So limited palettes, colour palettes, can often lead to many wonderful things. Okay, got this. Grab some scrap Whisper White, which is already out. I had this out yesterday, but I really, oh, this piece is rather wonderful. That one right there will work. Real red. I'm here learning, Sensei. Just because I'm the mother of karate children, it's AI, not AE. Sorry, Cindy, love you. Okay. Awesome. Now, this is the second time I've used this, but I'm just looking and I'm not happy with the way this is inking up, so I'll stamp it. See what I think. Yeah, I think my real red is also dry. So, yep, my real red is dry, so you know what we're going to be doing. While it's dry, don't get frustrated, re-ink it. So 2 days in a row. Oh, hang on. Let me pop this up here so it's not a bloodbath. Oh, jeez Louise. Real red. Always check. No, that's Poppy Parade. Oh, real red isn't in the brights. Real red is a regal. Oh, they've stuffed me around and I always think real red is a bright. But real red is now a regal. So if I grab down my regals, real red should be in here and it's right there. Okay, real red. Re-ink, that's right, you girls guessed correctly, re-ink, because it does only take not that long to do. Sorry. Now, you should see this. Okay, this isn't quite as dry as my basic grey yesterday, but you can see these are soaking in quite happily. Look at that. Sorry, I just like watching them soak in. So I'll just do a bit more around this center area. Then I will spread it out and we should be ready to rock and roll. Now, I always think I over ink my ink pads and I am totally comfortable and okay with that because I would prefer it juicy than dry. So just let me, oops. Oh, Oh my God, my husband sounds like he's dying. He's doing old man coughing. Now, he is old because he's in his mid-50s, but yeah. He does old man coughing and cracks us up. Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to wipe the real red ink off this. Pop that away. So that's how I store my re-inkers. I have done a video on that, so that is sitting on my YouTube channel if anyone does want to have a look at how I store things. I do have a storage playlist. So I just want to spread this out so I haven't got those globby dots. I know you can't see it, but what I also like to do is spread the ink from the edges into the middle, because we tend to ink up in the middle and not on the edges. So when I use my sponges or my blender brushes, I like to pick up from the edges to even everything out. Not enough to celebrate. Right. Glad I've got a second one here, because red ink is so dangerous. It kind of goes everywhere. So this will go back. I am organized. Yes, an old gift card works well as well, Susan. I just find with the foam pads, it's a bit easier to cut into the foam if the old gift card or credit card has a sharp edge. Okay, take 2. I hope you're in for the long haul tonight, because, oh, no, this might be actually too juicy. I may lose the dots in my marquee, but I haven't. So let's try that again. Perfect, beautiful, very happy. And you've got to think this is just one of these. This is just the back. And I haven't changed my mat yet. I really do need to. It's looking rather grey compared to my white desk, but alas, we are protecting the desk and that is all okay. Now I'm just going to leave this here to transfer. Okay, we're going to need a new piece. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with the tops of those. Right, it's only paper and I can't use the other side because it is the more buffed paper. You can see through it, and I will see if, oh, I do have another piece. They're actually the same size, but I'll make sure to put some pressure on that area. So I'm not rocking, but I am rocking in the same vein. I'm just putting extra pressure. Did I use too much? Did I lose some of the dots? Yes. And the B. Yeah, I'm being picky with this one, girls. I'm normally not this picky, but I want to keep the detail in the stamp. And yeah, it's okay. It's only paper. I say that as we can't get Whisper white products at the moment while we make the changeover. Okay, that is not stamped perfectly on the top of the A, but I am happy with that. Okay, so that can go there. This can go here. Close the devil red ink pad. Right, we are now safe-ish until I clean. Now, I did pre-spray my chamois. They're not perfect, but they're much better than what they were. Okay, so I just wanted to get the red ink off, but that is now clean. So now I want to grab my stitched rectangles and take them out of their pouch, which I made. So just also need to grab, before I throw it off, my mini spatula here. Happy birthday. And then I think I'll also take the next size up and do a vellum layer as well. Okay, and all this can go through my mini machine. Do those chamois clean? Yes, they do. They do clean it well. I use them particularly, Susan, for my photopolymers. I would personally recommend for our, sorry, just grabbing plates over here. I'm missing a plate. Oh, that's because I was trying to straighten it under my large machine. Hold on. For our red rubber cling stamps, I still recommend our Stampin' Mist and our Stampin' Scrub. It's just I didn't pre-do that. Now, the reason I recommend that is because the Stampin' Mist has conditioners in it which condition the red rubber. So that will just improve the longevity of your stamps rather than cleaning it just with water. But it does clean very well. So you saw me not put much effort into that, and that stamp is totally clean. So if I stamp that here, there is no residue. Okay, so that has gone through perfectly, you can see. And now I'm going to grab down my, not my full pack of vellum, I want my vellum scraps. They are right here, like right above you girls. But do you think I can find my vellum scraps? Basic black, Big Whisper white, shimmery white, watercolor paper, glossy. Yes, I've kept my glossy, thick, very vanilla, thick Whisper white, scraps, vellum scraps. Oh my word, they were hiding. No, I think I only have very, very skinny scraps of vellum, which aren't going to help us at all. So I will need my full pack of vellum and see if I do have a piece I'm currently continuing to cut down. So I will need my trimmer off to the side. Sorry, can't use that on screen at this stage. Let me just check the width of this so I don't have too much wastage. If I go 5.5, that will work really, really well. And then the rest of it can go in with my scraps. Okay, back through. Put that vellum away so I don't get ink. Yeah, I am hitting your head. It's right above you. I'm sorry. I hope your head's okay. Right, trimmer. Okay, let's get this moving here. Pop that in. Pop this on. So I do try and use different areas of these plates. Oh, do you know what, it helps if I don't cut the paper like right in the middle, because that's just wastage right there. And another tip that we've been given with this mini is to stagger the ends of our plates so they don't all match, and they tend to catch on the machine better. So the pickup on the machine appears to be better when you do that. But of course my dies are bowed, my bottom plate is bowed, and I'm having a few issues right this very second. So sandwich that down, push it in, and it picks up beautifully, and you can see as it comes out that I have all three plates staggered at different places, and that just went through fine. I haven't had too much trouble, except for when I did try and put an embossing folder. I didn't realize it was under our base plate, and I did have trouble then, but that was user error and nothing else. So if you want to do cutting or anything like that, it does tell you on the base plate what other plates you need, and all of our plates are numbered. So it makes life super duper easy. Okay, pop that out. I just rip that off, and that can go in my vellum. If I can get it in my vellum scraps. I like to try and put things back where they belong straight away or directly after my videos. I do like to finish each project or session. If I change colours, I tend to put those colours away and tidy as much as I can, and then go on to the next project. I'm kind of not coping here with the mess that's on that side at the moment, but it's okay. Okay, pop these dies back on my magnetic sheet. I cannot believe it is almost 2 o'clock here in Australia, like seriously. Okay, I'm going to get my Stampin' seal so my vellum doesn't buckle, because I find if I use wet glue on my vellum, it does have a tendency to buckle. Okay, pop that down. Let's grab this card. Oh, I'm liking that. I'm thinking I might just put a strip. Okay, do we want a strip of white? So we leave these layers, we do a strip of white, or we do a strip of red? And I kind of really need some food at the moment, but alas, I shall continue. I like that that is exactly the same width. So I will put this on dimensionals while you guys answer whether I need anything under the Bermuda Bay layer. Sorry, gone quiet. And no saggy middles. White would look nice. Right, try red. Okay, let's try red. I have my real red sticking out. So I have all my folders sticking out. So I could just grab them to save some time. And then that way they weren't taking up space on my desk. So trimmer, put that to the side. Let me check widths. So I have 7.1. So if I go, that's got a bit of a bodgy edge. I said, what did I say? No, that's not 7. It is 7.1. So if I go 7.6, which is 3 inches exactly, that can go back in the scraps, and then want to get at the full height of the card. I love that everything has a home here. It helps my brain immensely. I'm not sure about the red. Let me layer it up. This would be a really easy card to mass produce. It looks good, but I'm thinking we may need some pops. Okay, so that's the red. It works, but do I have some plain white embellishments that aren't shimmery or pearls? Or I do have, I don't know if this will work for a masculine card. I do have the resin hearts. Right, they're pearls, they're pearls. They're my blue ones. They're in colours, they're gold. They are wonderful gems, sequins. Really am really looking here. Oh, no, they're not white. The playing with patterns resin dots would have looked well. Would the Coastal Cabana work? Silver. Sorry, red would be good. What is the advantage of vellum over the sentiment piece? I like the transparency of vellum roof. I just really love the transparency. I find it's adding a layer, but you're not adding a visual bulk in that layer. Do you reckon just adding some basic rhinestones? Because I don't think the hearts will work, even though the colours are correct. But I think just adding some silver rhinestones. I know white would pop, Shirley, but do you reckon the hearts, are they too girly if we added some white hearts? Oh, hang on, bear with. I don't know if I have, I think I've got a pack of those open. Oh, do you know what? These are going in, all my embellishments are going in my basket at the moment, so I can flip through them a little easier. Another advantage of having my baskets. Okay, yes, I have, right, we have all of the trimmings embellishments. So these are Christmas ones, or they were Christmas ones. I'm not sure if they're still available in the Australian store, but they will work. Okay. See, all I needed was to put it in a basket, and I found it. Right. We have solved that problem, and the resin hearts can go back. No hearts. I agreed with that, Glenda. And the silver ones can go. See, this proves our point. We need, and I love the matteness of these, which is why I like the playing with patterns ones. These are really matte. No shine, no glitz, no glamour, even though marquees are all shiny and beautiful. Yeah. You really do need this stitch rectangles. I use it all the time, Barbara, and you know what? I sometimes have to talk myself out of using it so my other dies have equal opportunity to shine on projects. I know you will laugh at me for saying that, but I also know many of you will get why I said that. They're such a good basic. All the stitch dies are such good basic because it adds detail. Sorry, I'm just making sure my edges are lined up, and sometimes the best way to do that is to tap it on the table. Okay, that's that fairly even. Give that a nice push down now, and then adhere this. Done. Right. Yes, I will, Susan. Just bear with me and I can show you those again. So I'm just putting this off center just for some visual interest. I mean, we've got visual interest with the embossing, which is awesome. Okay, so these are the stitch rectangles, Susan. So you get your long skinny, you get your odd one out, which the odd one out is great for little sentiments, and then you get all these nesting rectangles. So I know these work well with the US A2. They are a little short for the A4, A2 card bases, but we make them work. So yes, they're the stitch rectangles. They are $61 in Australia and are in the annual catalogue. That shows you how old they are because I don't have my extra writing there. They do add something. Yes, this is all one set, Susan. All one set. Not two sets together, all one die set. Okay. Bring my dish back. And we will get on to our final card. How am I going? Oh, it's an hour. It's okay. We'll live. My hunger has passed, so I don't feel sick hungry anymore. Hate that feeling. Okay. Pop that there. So see, now that it's on there, you can see through the vellum that you can see the Bermuda Bay, the red and the grey, but it's not visually in your face. So you can see it, but it does just give that visual break, and it gives some weight to the sentiment without it being bulky. So I think Ruth was asking that. So I'm hoping, Ruth, please tell me if that answers your question. So I'm using a mixture of the small and large. I don't know if these are available still in the Australian giant year-end closeout deals, but you can see here it mimics the dots that are already on the project. Come on, turn. Come on. Just wants to stick to the side. Right. There we go. I'll tell it who's boss. So I'm just going in a diagonal fashion, so using an uneven number, we'll just tuck that partially under there so I don't get too close to the edge. But that's that masculine card done. So we re-inked, we used vellum, we used the wrapped in texture. I will, while I'm showing you this, sorry, I'm just trying to use my trackpad here. I will refresh my page and I will tell you if the wrapped in texture embossing folders are still available. It's taking forever to refresh. Here we go. Come on, go down for me. Okay. Iridescent pearls are still available. I've nearly used my whole sheet of those. Love those. So we do still have the wrapped in texture and still got the adhesive back snowflakes. Oh yes, all the trimmings, embellishments, which are these ones, are still available, and they are $8.40. So they were $14, but they're now $8.40. So I haven't used retired product. Go me! I've been pretty good taking things out of my stash as they've retired, so I'm pretty impressed. But they just add a something. See, vellum I don't class as a paper layer, but these have just added something but haven't taken away. So let me come back to your video. It is, I think I just answered that for you, Barbara. Oh, colourful vellum works in a very similar way. We did have some colourful vellum as well. Okay, so now what I have to work with, and I would really, really like to use them. So I'll bring back our first card and the die set that I used. Okay, so this is the beautiful brush strokes. So what we have left here are our embossed brush strokes that came out of this piece. So I would like to use those on a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 2, 4. I'm missing one. Hold on 1 second. I kind of have bits and bobs everywhere here off to the side. 5. It's hiding under the card. Awesome. So they are similar but all different, which is nice. I like that there is a difference. So I have my Whisper White card base here, so I'm going to use that. I don't know if I'm going to use this or I use another one, but with this one, unlike the original, I can space these out better along the whole card, and I can kind of mix them up. I can even pop these up. So I'm mixing them up so the skinny bits aren't all on one side. So what I might do, I won't pop these up, but I may. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring down my blending brushes here, and I'm going to put a golden glow in the background. So these are the blending brushes. They're available in our new mini coming out on the 5th of January, and I've bought 2 sets. So you get 3 in a set, and I have assigned a colour to each set. Okay, where is... Hello, Shelley. Thanks for joining. Oh, that's got someone's name on that side, so I won't do that. But, so this has, and I will show you, this has no colour on it. This is stained, and that's good, and the way it is meant to be. Yes, these brushes are fantabulous. So what I want to do is pick up ink. As I was saying earlier, I want to pick up ink off these edges. Now, You can see the ink on there. I do want to tap a bit off, and then I'm just going to go lightly. And I'm going to go in a nice oval fashion. This may only need one layer. I just want a bit of a halo effect. Just want it a bit darker. Bit darker in the middle, and it just to fade off onto the edges. So I'm happy with that. I have just added a bit of colour. It doesn't matter if it's even or not. That is just a layer of colour on the background, and I think I'm going to use a Blushing Bride flower. So I'm not going to use this flower. I will use another flower. But now that I have just popped some ink on that background, I am going to add these. Hello, Carol. Happy New Year to you too. Although I can't say I had a particularly bad year in 2020. Our family was very blessed to be not overly affected. Obviously we had lockdowns and all those types of things, but we were very fortunate that my husband and I still had our jobs. We had activities affected, but we were very lucky compared to many other people in the world. I feel like my son just sneezed and I kind of want to go, bless you, but he's through a closed door. Now I will have to remove some glue there, but that is really, really easily done. Okay, now I want to put my center one on. So this is the way I find it easiest to do these things, roughly. And my inking isn't perfect. I just wanted to lay some colour down, and then I can put my two in the middle. So that's the way I'm doing it today. Often I'll do it lots of other ways. How do you clean them? I literally, you can rub them off onto a microfiber cloth, but I can pretty much guarantee you that I have no ink left on that. You can wash them under the sink. I haven't found any need to do that. I have Siri's listening to me as always. I've just found rubbing it off until there's no ink left is sufficient, and I just have one per colour, so one for yellows and oranges, one for blues, one for greens, one for purples, which is why I kind of bought two sets. So that's our card base, and so I've just got a microfiber cloth like that. You can rub on there, and it will stay stained because they are white bristles, but you can see here there's no colour coming off, so that's ready to put away. And they are bristles, they are just very, very dense bristles, which makes blending so easy. So you can see how dense those bristles are. You could also rub it onto a baby wipe. Easy, yeah, super duper easy. Hey Carol, hey Maria. Sorry, I just wanted to address that question first. Okay, we are going to do our pink flower, and what I think I will do, I'll keep it all the same colour, but I will stamp off our larger image and then use full strength for the detail. Okay, we're going to stick with our colour palette that we've been using. So far I have used these two, and I think I'll use the Stamped Off Bermuda Bay again for our Stamped Off Bermuda Bay again for our leaves. Oh, I need to take this off because I will need this. But I'll just pop that to the side. Pop this on here. And these flowers done in the real red would also look amazing. But today I am not. Okay. Having lots of fun with this set. I hemmed and hawed when I first saw it at convention or at on stage, because every sample I saw used gold as this second layer that I'm about to put on, whether they used the gold gilding or whether they used the, oh, that looks good, or whether they used embossing, and I don't know. I personally, I'm not saying that it shouldn't be done. Just for my brain, I'm there going, it doesn't appeal to me. I would much prefer to do it in this kind of style, so tone on tone, or using opposing colours. So that is our flower. Doesn't that look pretty? Just the same colour, stamped off full strength, and then here, even though I've used full strength together, you still can roughly see that you've still got shadowing. And then this is the other one that will go into my scrap box that I used as well. Okay, so pop that to the side. I don't know that I have a piece big enough, a scrap piece big enough for my leaf. So let's pull out my Whisper White, grab a full card front and use that, and then that will become scrap. Yes, Shelley, you do. I wholeheartedly agree with that. Okay. And then these will go through the mini machine to cut them like we did yesterday. So I hope you like the 3 different styles that I've shown you, and that we've done something different on each card whilst using the same supplies. Well, except for the embossing folder, that was a bit left of center, but I did want to show you that embossing folder through the mini machine. So just this Stamped Off, I just think it gives a nice soft quality, and then when you put them together, oh wow, the pink and the Bermuda Bay, which is a greeny blue, really look wonderful together. Okay, close this up, then we'll clean off our stamps so we don't get ink transfer, and then I will grab out those dies and we will get a cutting. Chamois back out. Okay, twist, twist, tap, tap. Done. And twist, twist, tap, tap. I find the tapping just gets any ink in the grooves that you may have missed. And twist, twist, tap, tap. And that even got the ink off the edges of the block, which is awesome. Okay, we can just stack up over there, close this. Now we haven't chosen a sentiment yet. do we use something out of You Are Amazing, or do we use something out of Art Gallery? Or maybe we should cut the flower first and see, because we do have in the Art Gallery dies, not that they're called the Art Gallery dies. Yep, like all you've done, thank you. So you've got these little, they're postage stamped edge. So they're postage stamped edge, and we're going to use these two. So I'll grab those out now while you tell me sentiments that would go really nicely. I can use the You Are Amazing again in the grey. I think that'd look really pretty. But if anyone had any different opinions, I am more than happy to listen and consider. And as always, I'll give you my opinion if I don't go with it, because I think that is important, an important reason as to why I wouldn't use something. Okay. Right, these two are cut down. Got this for the sentiment. Or I've got another piece hanging around for the sentiment, actually. You like You Are Amazing, Susan? Okay, I don't think I need this piece anymore. And my plate just fell in the bin. It's not the plate I need, so that's okay. I'll take it out of the bin so it doesn't go out in the rubbish. How sad would that be, that I had to ring Stampin' Up and go, I'm so sorry, that plate went out in the rubbish. I don't know whether they'd like me very much. Okay, I'll just cut these two pieces out. Now they do have to be cut separately, because we are using the smaller Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So did we decide, are we just calling this machine Mini Clem because my other machine's name is Clem? Is this now Mini Clem? Just go with it, Ellen. Just go with it. I could have taped it, but you know, where's the fun in that? And that actually cut really perfect. So that cut really well. And that die can go. Oh, we do have our white ribbon bow as well that we can use on this. Okay, this here leaf. Oh, helps if the leaf is the right way round, doesn't it? Okay, leaf. Pop that in a bit more. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be smart and go this way. Oh my word, I'm throwing everything around today. I promise we'll get this card made eventually. And I know you're all laughing now. So the best way to line this one up is to line up the stems. And I hold it down nice and flat. Come on, pick up. Perfect. So I just hold that down so the die doesn't move, and then swap my hand over to the top and crank it through. So it goes through like butter. It's amazing how well this goes through. Okay, now I just want to keep all these in for a second and quickly stamp the You Are Amazing in the basic grey Little Boss. Well, I don't call them Boss. That's the thing. I've got Clem. Clementine. Oh, I love that. Clem and Clementine. That is perfect. Done, done, done. Clem and Clementine. Love it, Barbara. But yes, I've heard a lot of people call them Big Boss and Little Boss, Glenda. Okay, where did I put my ink after all of that? It's over here. So I think using this, we've used all the colours on this card. Although I am maybe thinking that red needs calming down just a tinge, and we may need a bit of vellum, because the red is, I'll show you in a sec. So let me hold this here. Perfect. The red is kind of a lot. So if we put a layer of vellum over that, that would calm it down a lot while still seeing the inked background, which is a little bit darker than I actually wanted, to be honest, especially when we've got the softness in the flower. So I'll show you what I mean. So you can see they're competing. So whilst they weren't competing on the other cards so much, they are competing on this card, and I just think a layer of vellum will stop that competition in its tracks. So that is all clean. Just pop the other one on now. Okay, grab my vellum out again, and I will show you exactly what I mean. I think I want to cut at 10, so it is slightly smaller, and just half a centimetre smaller on both sides. And someone make sure I make my mum a birthday card today, because there weren't any cards in my stash that I liked for her, and she loves blue, so I'm thinking boho indigo may be the way to go. So can you see, by me adding this, you can still, I lose the detail in these, but I can live with that because I can see the colours through it, but this flower then has the prominence that I want. Do you see? Do you like the vellum, or should I cut it smaller so it is just around the flower? I will cut the You Are Amazing while you guys give me all your opinions on that. I think I used that one. Yes, I did. Awesome. It does just soften it. Hello, Miss Jamie. Happy New Year to you. I'm on for a bit of an epic one today, apparently. This is card number 3. I am thinking I do want to, my brain is telling me to trim this down a bit more, but you can see for what I was saying that it does soften the red, which is kind of what it needs, because I chose the much softer colours in for the flower. I know, and I'm using the same colour palette and everything as yesterday, Miss J. And I had a huge sleep in this morning, so I'm on later, and I'm going to look forward to my eggs once I am finished with this card. So, because you are all amazing for sticking with me this long. Yes, husband type person. I am still going, but what can I help you with?
Where's one of those thin little baskets you got? Because I thought that might be good for the remotes that I've got in the toy room.
Oh, it's sitting on top of the freezer in the laundry.
Thank you.
Great. That's the only one left.
Okay.
I can buy more though. Oh, you can, Jamie, just when I'm finished with this. Oh, yes. Well, we have it's a public holiday here today as well, Sylvia. Oh, if he didn't just have closed the door and gone into the laundry / bathroom, I'd yell out, but you won't be able to hear me. Why am I doing this? I'm not using it anymore. Close it up and put it away. Right. Okay. You are amazing. Actually, I should not sing that song, should I? Was that an Alex Lloyd song, Jamie, the You Are Amazing? Have I got the right... Oh, sorry. While I'm doing this, these are my first 2 cards, Jamie. Please tell me any Aussies. Was the You Are Amazing song Alex Lloyd? I know I own the album. But I'm just, my head's telling me it's them. So I hope you like those, Jamie. Okay. She did amazing things. We did amazing things. Yes, exactly. That's exactly where I'm going. It must be Alex Lloyd. Okay, I'm just seeing if sideways works. And yes, it does. Okay, so I can just use my mini trimmer. I will just... I'm thinking 7 centimeters. Yes, I did just use my mini trimmer to measure. A new use for it. Thank you. I'm rather chuffed with these cards, if I do say so myself. And I've used vellum on 2 of the cards. Vellum is making a comeback. Okay, so I'm going to put all my vellum scraps together. Right, so... lay this out before we commit, people. Lay this out before we commit. And we still have our leftover bow. I like that better. So you do see the red and the texture. I'll show you up close. The texture in the die cuts. So that embossed and cut out of this piece. So I'm using all my scraps in one session. Except for that one. That one piece will go into my scrap box. So I'm liking this here. And then this piece can go there. Okay. I'm happy. Yes, that is another song. Apparently, I'm all for the songs are too far, yes. I am living my best life at the start of 2021. I absolutely am. I'm sitting here doing what I love with some of my favourite people. My other favourite people are, out there, and some of them aren't here. So, yeah, I'll say you're some of my favourite people. What ad does that... It's a car ad, Jamie. It's a car ad. I can't tell you what brand, and it's not because we're on the ABC. Yeah, sorry guys, our Australian Broadcasting Commission Corporation, you're not allowed to talk about brands. They are politically neutral and they don't condone brands. It's quite funny listening to the radio because sometimes they have to say brands. They have certainly softened that. I've just got some extra. Did I just rip that? I don't know if I just ripped that or not. Hold on. Don't think I did. No. Oh, I did though, you know. That's okay, I'll fix it up with an eraser in a sec. Okay. I've ripped a bit of paper recently using that. And then I just use my eraser to, I think it was on thick Whisper White cardstock as well last time. Just using my eraser to smooth that out. That's not good. That's okay, it's handmade. It's handmade. Okay, vellum. Dimensionals on these. That is dimensionalized and over there. Right. Let's get a moving. Now, talking embellishments. Which embellishments do you think we would like to use on this? Shall I crack open the opal rounds, or do I go back to... So I can go back to the elegant faceted gems, or I have all the trimmings matte dots. So while I'm doing this and not looking at comments, oh no, Shelley, that's terrible. Louisa did come in last night with our fireworks, not our ones, because fireworks are illegal in our state. You can't even purchase them, let alone let them off. Although as a child my parents did, but it wasn't illegal then. It was only legal certain nights of the year. I know my friend in England has terrible trouble with her neighbours and them letting off fireworks. Her poor pooch doesn't cope very well with it at all, and they do it like every weekend for like what appears to be no reason. Very expensive habit. No, it doesn't stop people, no. Oh my God, so highly illegal, Cindy. Okay, so this can go roughly kind of centre there. And then our flower head can go on top. And then we can hide our, I like, yeah. No. Lucky that was only placed. I do kind of want it sitting down a bit more. I kind of don't want it over the edge, but that's how it's going to be. So that is going to be kind of just like that there. And then the sentiment. I like that the sentiment is sitting over the vellum. I actually really like that. So I can't use our seal. I have to use our Seal Plus on vellum because the seal won't grab properly. With this one, I don't know, it's stickier, but it just grabs better on vellum and the back of our foil paper. So I'll show you how I have that all concealed behind the cardstock. So it'll look like it's floating and not adhered, where actually it is perfectly adhered. And I love that yellow halo that I put down the middle. I think that works really, really well. I don't know if that's centered, but that will do. It's very hard with these pieces to get it centered, and I cannot center using grid lines. No, I don't think so, Jamie, from what's being said. Oh. So I want to center this on the vellum piece. Just want to make the edges. That's good. So we have that. It would look good if I matted. Do you know what? I'm going to cut down this card front. I'm going to cut this off, trim the edges, and put it on a piece of Bermuda Bay. Because I just feel it needs grounding a touch. Just a titch. Don't shoot me, but just trust me, and I do have a piece of it right next to me, so I don't need to go anywhere to grab it. Whoop. That did not like that end. That's the end we were, the corner we were having issues with. It's a bit of a crunchy edge. I think I might cut a titch more off. That's better. Much cleaner top edge now. Just take a titch off the bottom. This paper is not being my friend. Right, titch off the bottom and a titch, maybe a bit more than a titch off the top. Okay, that still looks really good. I've trimmed it down. Just trust me, girls, I think it's really going to pop on the Bermuda Bay. Just looked a little lost. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, that's a nice... Is that a good thing, though, Cindy, that you guys have been quiet, or are you very surprised? Okay, and this is already scored as well. Bone folder, bone folder. Yeah, not quite perfect, but I will fix that up. And then we will see if that card needs, or that card front needs, any more trimming down. So it's just off by a slither, which I can easily trim off. Okay, so now let's look at this pop. Do you see what I mean? It would also look good on grey. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I don't know if I like this or I want to grab another piece of grey. So this is this on the Bermuda, actually. Now that I've got it centered, I do like the Bermuda. That looks really pretty. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. See, it just doesn't look lost anymore. It looks as though I've corralled it all together and it's working. So I will glue that down, and I still haven't heard from you girls about if we need any embellishments. Or do we just see if we can make this bow work and leave it as is? Because we've got the vellum, it doesn't feel as papery as what our first card did. Our first card felt incredibly papery. But the vellum just makes that flower the focus of the whole card. If I can now get this on here in a straight and even fashion, and this is exactly why I use wet glue. And this edge is just sticking up a titch. I know the edge was sticking up, so I just used my bone folder to smooth out any of those bodgy corners that I said I was getting while we were cutting. Okay, it needs a pearl or something, you're right. Oh, champagne bling. Sorry, Jamie, I missed that in all the watchy talk. Well, Jamie, I don't know if you've seen these. I do have the opal rounds. So the opal rounds, but I will grab my champagne bling because I think just before you came on, I had to grab out all my bling to find a pack of bling. I don't know about the champagne. Got that, and I've got, I could use my clear ones of this. So we used these before. So we could use my clear elegant faceteds, because then they're not adding any colour, they're just adding shine. Where this is adding bling that I don't think it needs, and I'm not sure about the colouring of the champagne. Just with all the warm colours. I know what you mean, Jamie. I do. If there was gold on there, and because I've used a grey sentiment, I'm kind of less inclined to go with the champagne. Just telling you my process in my head. And whilst I like the opal rounds, they're, I don't know, they're really... it's a different kind of blue to the Bermuda that we've used. So, sorry, I am discounting, and I think I'm going to go clear, elegant faceted, because then we're not losing or adding anything. Colour the ribbon Bermuda. I could, but I've already tied it. Or do I just add the bow? So I could just add the bow like that. No, see, I don't like the bow. Or I could do this with the bow and like add it in. I could add it in there kind of fashion. I'd have to put a glue dot on it to show you what I want to do, because I can always pull it off. Because it's vellum, I won't be ripping anything as such. So if I put that in there, and then I shove this, yeah. And then I shove, maybe not so far up, but if I shove that in there, no, no bow. Okay. I'm thinking no bow too, but just let me remove this glue dot. Or let me just shove it further up so you can't see it. There you go, ta-da, the wonderful disappearing glue dot. Okay, gems, just a few scattered gems. I feel in these packets they need to give us more small gems. Because I always tend to use more small ones than what I do large ones, because I normally go one large, two small, where with this I'm going two large, one small. So see, they're there, but they're not overpowering there as such. I just want to kind of, not that far, can't see it now. I just wanted to tuck that under a titch, just like that there, so there's a connection. And then I will chuck one on the sentiment, so then you have a nice triangle area. So I didn't connect the sentiment last time, but I am this time. I just think just like that. So they're there, but they're not competing. They are definitely complementing. I think I'm done. How long? Nearly 2 hours. 2 hours, 3 cards, die cutting and lots of fun. So these are our 3 cards. So we used blender pen, we used the beautiful brush strokes die, or not the blender brushes, brush strokes die, the art gallery stamp set, and the You Are Amazing stamp set, and the, what are the dies called, because I now can't even see those dies. I don't even know where I've put them. Oh, they're just under here. The Floral Garden dies, and of course some vellum. For this one we used Wrapped in Texture embossing folder, the Stitch Rectangles dies You Are Amazing, and all the trimmings dots. I think they're just called All the Trimming, and these are on special and available for only a few more days. So All the Trimmings embellishments on this one. We didn't quite use all the colours in our colour palette, but as I said, you can grab 3 colours out of the colour palette and still make a great card. And with this one I used exactly the same as this one. Jamie, I've used Winker Stella, I was channeling you girl, and I have used the white shimmer faceted enamel dots out of the same set, and used exactly the same dies. So you can see I've used the interiors out of here on this one. So let me lay everything out here, and I've made all portrait cards. I do generally try to make some landscape cards from time to time, but today this one would look fantastic landscape as well. So art gallery, You Are Amazing. Let's see how we can go here, shoving all this stuff out of the way, and let me grab all these dies here. So I'll pop these under here. Stitch Rectangles, Floral Garden, and beautiful brush strokes. So we've got those there. Just might pop these cards over a bit. And the two embellishments we have used are all the trimmings and the elegant faceted gems. So that is a look. Does anyone have any questions at all about anything I have used today? Sorry, I'm just trying to even up this. I have used the colours from the snail mail paper. Many of these products are available as of the 5th of January. The stitch rectangles are currently available. All the trimmings are available till the 4th. The elegant faceted gems are available now, as is the Winker Stella. So I've used a nice mixture of things that are available. Thank you so much for joining me for the long haul today, girls. We certainly had fun using up the bits from yesterday's video where I showed how to use the mini cut and emboss machine with its different sandwiches, because it is different to the large cut and emboss machine. Yes, Australia certainly did. These are from the Pretty Peony, the Peony, what's it called? The Peony Garden Suite. Sylvia? Yes, a great way to start the year. 3 cards ready to rock and roll. And this one I can see myself mass producing. I do need to do a whole lot of masculine cards at the moment, and I think this design is the ticket for any age. And then I can use these up, and even the stars, I can use these up, and I can, I've used them up. I've got the cards in my stash because masculine cards are definitely one of the things I do need to make. I'm basically out of masculine cards unless, of course, the person plays golf. So I will be back very soon. Tuesday I do have us scheduled in, so it's Friday today. Tuesday I have us scheduled in for our normal, but you never know, I may be back before then because we are on holidays. So you never know what will happen. So thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate that you have spent either your New Year or your New Year's Eve with me. So any questions, please ask. I do have the new hostess code in the description and a link to my store. An angry face? Who accidentally gave me an angry face? Thank you for all the hearts and likes. I appreciate it. Even the accidental angry face. I'm sure it's angry because I'm leaving. But my tummy needs feeding. So have an amazing day or evening. Thank you for joining, Rose. I am just signing off. So if you did want to pop back and watch the replay, please feel free. Thanks, girls. Bye.